Hi, I think I'm back, and I've just finished a great 45-minute meditation on coherence and coherence of the heart, brain and breath. It was absolutely amazing. So I feel a lot back here. I feel a little calmer about the politics that's going on in the yoga world right now. But a lot of really interesting realizations have come about since I've come out of my meditation. First of all, I want to talk about coherence and how I met a very interesting guy in Thailand a little while ago. He was a Dutch guy who he worked as a manager in disaster management, and he went over to Thailand to do astrology and also to retire. But one of the cool things that he did when he was in disaster management was he taught people how to have coherence. And coherence can be adapted, accessed through breathing techniques, meditation techniques. And really what he was training his staff to do was, if you didn't have coherence, like if you didn't have good heart rate, good breath rate, then you weren't allowed to make decisions, which is a really smart idea. So I've just done that meditation. I've come back to do the post rant about the yoga politics that's going on in the UK right now. And actually what I realized halfway through the meditation was, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to get involved in any of this politics, because it just feels like getting involved with politics that I'm not actually interested in, which is the majority of the politics that's going on in the world right now. Not to say that I don't care about it, it's just it sometimes goes round in so many circles that it gets confusing, it gets very overwhelming, and actually don't feel as though that much ever gets done. Going back on the positive side of stuff, another thing that I realized about why I was so resistant against these people, against people attempting to regulate what I did as a yoga professional, is because it took me back to several different wars that I have inside, different family members telling me what I should and shouldn't do. And my dad's side is Chinese, my mum's side is Vietnamese, and so I would have these two different areas of cultural input whilst I was growing up. And then when you're in school, you have the same thing going on. You need to be doing this, you need to go to university, you need to achieve this, and you need to achieve it within this time frame. And then whilst all that is going on, you have organized religion. So I grew up a Buddhist Taoist, and when I went to school in Wales, it was very much based on Christianity. I can't even remember what area it was in, but there was this constant, even from between home and school, there was this constant three-way thing of, this is how you're supposed to think, this is how you'll be a good person. And actually, as an adult, I realized that none of this shit matters. And I'm not blaming any of the adults for imposing that kind of stuff on me. It's just a cultural thing, and that's just the way that they are used to operating. But what am I trying to say here? I guess what I'm really trying to say is, if we continue to force each other to think and operate and deliver the stuff in ways that we think they should be done, then really what we're doing is we're promoting organized, fundamentalist religious acts in the exact same way. Like, if you don't do yoga in this way, then I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to accept you, I'm not going to acknowledge your practice. That's what it feels like. That's what we've got to stop. So if I do stand up, I'm not standing up to fight. I'm standing up for the yoga practitioners who've used the practice to overcome their addictions, their trauma and their chronic pain, and are all now living very happy and wonderful lives.